I was there at 10:10 yesterday. Actually, I got there about 9:30.
And the first one was about 9:15.
Yeah.
Well, the good news is Havdalah won't be 3.5 hours. Havdalah will be about 10 minutes, 15 minutes where we get to come together just for a couple of moments. We came in, I think all of us were on Shabbos services last night, and we all got a chance to enter into Shabbat together, and we leave Shabbat together. So why don't we light our Havdalah candles? I don't know about you guys, but I'm on my 4th Havdalah candle since we've been doing this together. So we light our Havdalah candle. What a bracha, what a blessing. We get our spices ready, and we take in our right hand our Kiddush cup or any receptacle that we use for the making a bracha on it. And hang on one second. Let me get on the right page. And we say the blessing. So actually, I'm going to mute everyone. It looks like everyone's muted. Just want to make sure there's no feedback. And then Cantor, if you could just unmute, that would be great. We'll say the bracha. Hineo Yeshuati Eftach v'lo Evchad ki Yozivra Zimrat Yadonai v'yili lishua Ushavtem ma'imim aso ma'imira Yeshua l'Adonai Yashia Amcha v'chatecha Selah Adonai tzavot imanu mizgav lanu Yaakov Selah Adonai tzavot Ashrei Adam b'teach bach Adonai Yashia melech yinenu v'yom koreinu LaYehudim haytorah v'simcha v'sasan v'ikar Kenti lanu kos Yeshuot esa u'v'shem Adonai ekra safri chaverai l'chaim.
Ya lai 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 ya lai 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 ya lai 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 ya lai 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 ya lai 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 ya lai 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 Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Borei peri hagafen, borei peri hagafen. Ya lai 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 lai, ya lai 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 lai, ya lai 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 lai. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Borei mine vesamim, borei mine vesamim. Ya lai 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 lai, ya lai 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 lai, ya lai 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 lai, lai 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 lai. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Borei me'orei ha'esh, borei me'orei ha'esh. Ya lai 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 lai, ya lai 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 lai, ya lai 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 lai. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Hamavdil ben kodesh lecho, ben or lechosheh, ben Yisrael amim, ben yom hashvi, l'sheshet yamei ha'maaseh. Baruch atah Adonai, Hamavdil ben kodesh lecho. Ya lai 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 lai, ya lai 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 lai, ya lai 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 lai, ya lai 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 lai, ya lai 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 lai, ya lai 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 lai.
We take a sip of the grape juice or the wine, and we put out, extinguish the flame. We say the bracha, praised are you, Adonai, our God, who rules the universe, endows all creation with distinctive qualities, distinguishing between the sacred and the secular, between light and darkness, between the people Israel and others, between the seventh day and the 6 working days of the week. Praised are you, Adonai, who differentiates the sacred from the secular. And just a few words of Torah as we enter into the week. No no better thing than to have a few words of Torah before we enter into the week, and just a little bit of a spiritual idea. And let me just find, there is in this week's Torah portion, Moses, of course, remains at Mount Sinai. God provides detailed instructions. Remember, we're moving away from the narrative of all the fanfare and all the beauty that was the story of creation, the story of the creation of the Jewish people in Exodus. Now we're going into a lot of instructions about what it is that we as individuals and people have to do regarding the construction and decoration of the Mishkan, meaning the temple, and that the tabernacle is to house the ark. We're all familiar with the ark, and allow the divine presence to dwell among the people. A famous line that we build a place in which God will want to dwell. This is truma. A good translation of the word truma is a gift. And it starts off that God speaks to Moses saying, you have to create an opportunity for people to give gifts. And gifts are very interesting. How many of us, when somebody's birthday is coming up, and I just want to give a shout out, my sister is on here tonight. She's, maybe you can see it, just wave at my sister. She's just fantastic. She's one of my dearest friends through this whole thing, and just a highlight in my life. And she is somebody who I don't know if you have somebody like this in your life, but they remember everyone's birthday. They remember everyone's anniversary. They send cards. Does anyone have anyone like that in their life? Maybe you're that person. That's not necessarily me. I always forget. I have those moments where in my mind, I'm like, I really want to do it, and I have all these great things, but I don't execute it. I don't execute it all the time. Maybe you're like me a little bit on that. Or maybe you're like my sister, who is able to think of it and execute it. That's what truma is. Truma considers, yes, it's important that you have the thought about giving a gift, bringing an offering, bringing something special, bringing something to the temple, bringing something to the Kohanim, right? Ultimately to the priest, that you remember, but that there's one more step that you have to do. You have to execute it. It's important that we have the thought, because all actions come from initially a thought. It has to come and become an idea or an ideal, something that is centered in the mind. But unless you execute it, is it complete? As we enter into this week, we'll have a moment throughout the week. I guarantee you at some point, you'll have a nice thought. You'll have a thought about somebody else. Maybe you have an anniversary coming up, Cantor, and you're going to think about something. Yeah, it's coming up at least around daylight saving time, right? So in any event, you'll have a thought, you'll have a moment, you'll have something that you will think about this week. Let it not just be a thought, but let's bring it to reality. Let's realize it. Let's make it real. We move from the idea to the realization. Let's find some way in which to do that this week. Want to wish you a Shavua Tov, a great week, a week where a lot of great things are going to happen. I heard some wonderful, exciting things that are happening for many of you this week already. A week of health, a week of peace. And with that in mind, of course, we sing Eliyahu Hanavi as we look forward to the time to come, for this week to come, for moments to come.
Yeah, the Dodgers signed Justin Turner. Yay.
Yes.
Eliyahu. You don't even know who that is. Eliyahu Hanavi. If he doesn't play football, you don't know who he is. Eliyahu Hatishbi. Eli's the third baseman for the Dodgers. Eliyahu, Eliyahu, Eliyahu Hagiladi. Bimhera ve'yamenu Yahavo Eloheinu. Imashiach ben David, Imashiach ben David. Eliyahu Hanavi, Eliyahu Hatishbi, Eliyahu, Eliyahu, Eliyahu Hagiladi.
So now we say a quick prayer. God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Becca, Rachel, and Leah, protect your people Israel in their need as the holy beloved Sabbath takes its leave. May the good week come to us with health and life. Amen. Good fortune and blessing. Amen. Prosperity, dignity, graciousness, and loving kindness, sustenance, and success. Amen. And with all good blessing, and may we be forgiving quickly for everyone in our lives, and honestly, let us forgive ourselves. And let us also take this moment, as this is the month of Adar, in which we increase joy. Really, when we think about those opportunities to give gifts to people, let us do it in joy and understand that when we reach out to people and give gifts to people, really from our heart, doesn't it increase people's feeling of worth, dignity, and smiles? It doesn't take a lot to lift somebody else up. So let's find time this week to give just a little bit, just maybe 1% more than we did yesterday. Want to wish you all a Shavua Tov. Let me unmute everyone so that, or unmute yourself, because I don't know if that's a possibility anymore for me to
Shavua
unmute.
Tov.
And we wish each other a
Shavua
Shavua Tov,
everybody.
everyone.
Shavua
Shavua
Tov.
Tov, everybody.
For being here with us tonight.
Shavua
Have a good
Tov.
Shavua Tov.
Shavua Tov. Hi Denise, hi Monica.
Hi.
Hi, see you in a while. Yes, hi Sue. Shavua Tov.
Shavua Tov.
Shavua Tov, everyone.